Hey, it's me, Jimmy D, and welcome to the Loki review. I'm here with Hubbard, and man, do we got a lot to talk about for episode 3. Okay, so Loki and Lady Loki, they are in the TVA. Lady Loki has some awesome action sequences. Very, skilled fighter. And we do learn that Lady Loki goes by Sylvie, which basically is a combination story that Marvel's doing. It's she's the Enchantress, but she's also Loki. It's a good mixture. I think it fits well. And I actually really enjoyed her character from this episode. What about you, Hubbard?
I mean, as you say, she's nimble. She's
Yes.
nimble. She's a fighter.
And I like that
But
because Loki really, we see Loki fight in this, but up to this point, Loki's more weapon oriented in tricks than full on fighting.
she's not as smart as Loki.
Yeah, she's not as smart as Loki. Um, she seemed to be in the first two episodes. They pretty much make it well known that she is like this smart, intelligent person. And while I still believe she's smart, her interactions with Loki just kind of seems like Loki's just the smarter one of the two. Yes, according to her, he doesn't come up with plans, and some of his stuff seems childish. But I think that's the kind of anti-hero, like the good in him from being with Thor and some of that character development we got in Ragnarok that this Loki kind of skipped out on. You can tell that where that's truly coming from within him. And I think that is coming through in this episode. Him drunk is fantastic. They have a lot of good, funny moments, action
Can we
moments.
have more drunk Loki?
Yeah, I would love more drunk Loki. I mean, he just yelled more and just threw the glass and broke it. I mean, it was fantastic. He didn't even wear a uniform anymore. He was just in his TVA outfit. But overall, the story this episode just was fantastic. The music, again, fantastic. But going back to that story, the TVA, they are variants. I had a suspicion when the little cold opening happened with the episode where you see the TVA agent that Lady Loki had, or Sylvie had kidnapped, and she's right there across. She's basically enchanting them, getting her stuck in her own memories. I didn't expect Sylvie to just drop that all the TVA's variants, and that explains why Mobius literally has been stuck with this skis. He's from the 90s. That has to be where he's from. What did you think of the episode overall, though?
8.
8.
It was like the lowest.
Yeah. So
And what?
I enjoyed this episode. I would say the most, but the sudden end kind of threw me off. I didn't expect the episode to end as quickly as it did. Roughly, this was 36 minutes of actual show within the credits attached on, so it's about 10 minutes less than the other two episodes, and the 10 minutes definitely is important because it didn't feel wrapped up. Like things were really starting to kick into gear, things were rolling, and then it just was like credits, and it's like, God damn it. And I'm sort of mad with that because we only have 3 episodes left, and it's like, I know there had to been enough story or something for 10 minutes to make all the episodes the same, and that's a small nitpick, but I think it's an important one as well.
I think they're just gonna make like the last one an hour and a half
I mean, yeah, they could always
to make it up.
do
To
that
make it up.
where, yeah, the last episode is longer, and they probably will do that. But I was like on the edge of my seat, I was ready and rolling, and then all of a sudden, credits.
The
And
ship go bye bye.
yeah, the ship blew up. This show has a budget. Let's talk about that for a second. Compared to
What's a
WandaVision,
budget? What's a budget?
I mean, for Marvel, like
What's a budget?
for Marvel, a budget is nothing. But compared to those other two shows, there's so much more in visual wise and action wise in this show, just honestly in this episode alone, compared to the other two shows. And I loved Captain America and the Winter Soldier, and WandaVision I was kind of hit or miss on, but they were still very enjoyable. The Loki show here is just fantastic, and they really threw everything at this show, and I'm enjoying it. Really enjoying it. So Hubbard, you gave it an 8 out of 10.
Yes.
I'm gonna honestly give it about an 8.5 out of 10. I give it a little bit credit for the action and the all the effects that they added to this episode. I give them a little credit for that. Deduct some points just because it did just like, I understand a cliffhanger, but this was so sudden. Like, I wanted more. I'm kind of mad about that. I just wanted more. Let me know.
This one doesn't have much.
Go ahead.
This one doesn't really drop much of a big wow factor.
Yeah, it didn't have a big wow factor. I mean, the variant thing with the TVA was a wow, but like, it's very much like, okay, there was something more that they could have gave us. At least like Mobius's background, or some thing just extra they could have gave us this episode. Maybe just them escaping the planet would have been nice, because now it feels like, okay, they're gonna have one episode to get off the planet next week, and then they have 2 episodes to figure out what the TVA is doing and everything. So I get what you're saying. I really do. So let me know in the comments below what you thought of this week's episode. Did you enjoy it? What has been your favorite part of the Loki series? And make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we cover all the shows. We drop them right when the episode ends, and we cover a bunch of other stuff too. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and like always, we will see you in the next one. Later.